Hello and welcome to this lesson on this tune that I'm calling D blues. It's just a basic 12-bar blues in the key of D major. What makes this interesting is that I'm playing a GD Anglo Concertina in this tutorial, but I'm playing it in D but on the G row, so I'm making most of my main notes on the pull. So let's make a start. Just a bit of a disclaimer before we get started. This being a 3-row concertina, sometimes you may find that some of your notes on the accidental row aren't exactly the same as mine, so you might have to move up one or down one, right side and sometimes left side, so just be aware of that. If you play a CG Anglo Concertina, you can play this tune on that instrument as well. Just watch the video and then play it back with the sound turned down, look at where my fingers go, and you should be good to go. Obviously it's not perfect, and hopefully in the fullness of time I'll do a proper video tutorial for the CG as well. At the top we have the title. Underneath the title it's important to read this: play with a relaxed blues shuffle, not as written. So I've written it out dead straight, but it's got that kind of dum-da 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 kind of feel, typical blues feel, so bear that in mind when you're playing it. But you'll hear it in the tutorial anyway. Right, okay, 2 clefs because we have treble clef and bass clef. Bass clef to deal with all those lovely low notes on the left hand side. And we have a key signature of D major, 2 sharps, so all Fs and all Cs are raised 1 semitone to F sharp and C sharp respectively in this tune, unless I tell you otherwise. And we do actually play quite a few C naturals in this to get that bluesy feel. 130 crotchets per minute is a suggestion for metronome setting, but by no means is it the one you should stick to. If you can't play it as fast as this, then slow it down. NC means no chord in this first pickup bar, and this first note is played with the left hand, LH. So this very first note is actually on the left hand side. It's the note D sitting in the space underneath the stave there, and it's first finger and it's G row and it's button 5 on the push. The way I number my buttons, it's 1 to 5 up this side of the left hand side of the instrument and 6 to 10 down the other side on all 3 rows. If you've got a 2-row concertina, you won't really be able to play this tune, I'm afraid. So basically we're on the G row for most of the time, but there are a few notes on the other rows as well. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 and come in on that count of 4 with that note of D. Won't make much sense until we go into the first main bar, so let's do that. Okay, so you can hear that little D note leads you nicely into that first main bar. This bar here with that D note in is called a pickup bar. It's bar 0. Bar number 1 is therefore this one here. So we'll deal with this one first. You can see there's a repeat mark here, so we're going to come back to this point later on in the tune. And then we have the tune here on the right hand side on the treble, and we have a nice little par accompaniment here. So let's do the tune first. Very simple. On the right hand side we're going to pull buttons 6 and 7, that's the first 2 down, fingers 1 and 2 to get the note F sharp and A, and then we play the same buttons and push in to get G and B, and then we go to buttons 7 and 8, so we retain button 7, lose button 6, tack 8 on the bottom of that, so it's fingers 2 and 3. The notes are A and C on the pull, and then we return to our G and B notes on the push. So we have a very typical blues 2-part harmony there. So pull, push, pull, push. All on the beat. You won't feel the swing at the moment because there aren't any notes off the beat. Now the left hand is like this. So it's pull, push, pull, push. Little finger, so finger 4, button 1. On the pull gives us D on beat 1. And then on beat 2, fingers 2 and 1 go down on buttons 3 and 4 to get the notes G and B. So pull, then push, and then do the same on beats 3 and 4. Put that together, you've got very straightforward. We'll tack that little pickup bar note on, and that's pretty straightforward. Notice this note here is C natural. So it's what we call an accidental. You're expecting it to be C sharp, But we don't want C sharp, we want C natural, so we get rid of that sharp by putting this natural sign by the side of the C, so it becomes, as I say, C natural. So pretty straightforward so far. I'll be nice and positive with it. Okay, let's go to bar 2, and it's this bar here.